So we've just been to Germany. Anna's got a busy weekend coming up. She's going to do Germany Decides, along with Matt on Monday. What's the possibility that a protracted negotiation ensues? We believe that Merkel's set to be the next chancellor, but she's got to put together a coalition. What is the risk for the market of a protracted discussion?
I'm starting to have the flashbacks, predicting a sort of a pure certainty. But, we don't really see that as a function of what's going to happen. I think there's going to be a normal negotiation period, and Merkel will become, the prime minister and the leader, and we'll have a strong centrist government in Germany. I think if we trying to make too much out of this particular situation, I think you'll get caught yourself, trading the headlines and find yourself in a difficult situation. But we don't see a lot of risk coming out of Germany right now, other than the ones that we're sort of building up ourselves.
Because some people point to the length of time it takes to build a coalition and who ends up in the coalition as having at least impact at the edges, perhaps, for policy around green issues in Germany.
Right.
But in terms of the euro, you don't think so?
What is really going to matter at the end of the day? Is it going to be green issues or sort of regional growth issues, or is it going to be, the relationship of Germany to the rest of Europe? And I think that is what markets are looking for. And even from the different mixes in parties or in coalitions, it's still looking for a strong Europe with a strong Germany leading the way, and that should be very good for the euro.
It should be good for the euro. We've got a raft of ECB voices. We're going to be tortured between the Fed voices and the ECB. I get no sleep. Mario Draghi's speaking. He's got 3 public appearances. You've got Constancio, Peter Prate, Corey, Lautenschlager, that wasn't bad, and Yves Mersch, all on the ticker tape to come.
Difficult.
But do you think there'll be a consensus message where they try to get us into a bandwidth of what they might reduce the QE by, the taper that shall never be named a taper?
Well, that's first of all, that's the communication message is balance. They have to talk about the improvements in Europe, but do it in a way that doesn't necessarily mean that, the pedal on the normalization policy is to the floor. They need to also talk down, increase the ability to keep flexibility, and make sure more than anything else they don't further drive the euro, because you can point to all the different interesting sort of domestic improvements in Europe and the labor markets, but at the end of the day, really it's a weakness in the euro that's drove a lot of that positivity in European growth. And if we see euro dollar 140, if they really start mounting, the inflation forecast looks good, the growth forecast looks good, labor markets are getting stronger, we could see a scenario where we have that type of environment, and that will derail European growth story very, very quickly. So they need to have a very balanced communication message.